right, ladies and gentlemen, you are the elite Dig Deeper team. What you need to do is you need to dig deeper with your division. You're going to take yourself that next step, which is something we will be learning. But here it goes. Go ahead and get your red notebook and write down in it 729 divided by 4. All right, so first thing we do is we think about what place do we start with. And we're going to start with the largest place, which is our hundreds place. And we know that we are dividing, so I'll write that over here. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. If you need to write it just to remember it, that's perfectly fine. Pause while you do that. So when we talk about hundreds, we say 7 hundreds divided into 4 groups. So again, we're counting by 4s. So it's like 4, 8. Oh, I can't say 8 because I only have 7. So how many 4s is that? Well, hopefully you said 1. So our 1 goes up here and our division process is done. We're going to go ahead to our next process, which is to multiply. We're going to multiply 1 times 4 to get 4. That goes under my hundreds place because I'm in the hundreds place. My next step is to subtract. So I have done my multiplying. I'm going to subtract 7, take away 4, and I'm going to get 3. That would have been my subtraction step. I'm now going to move on to my last step, which is bring down. Now here's where it gets a little funny. If you choose to not just bring it down, but to subtract everything, to put zeros here and subtract it out, you have to remember that we're only working in the tens place. So you only have 32 tens. Even if you had this 9 here, you're only looking at the 32 tens. So be very careful that you know you're only dividing 32 by 4 because we're starting all over again. So 32 divided by 4, let's count it out. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. Look it, we hit it spot on. How many 4s did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that 8 actually goes above my tens place because I was dealing with 32 tens. If you had unbundled, that 3 would have ended up in this spot, or in the 10 spot. 3 hundreds becomes 30 tens. So then we have done this stage of division. Now we're going to go to multiply. 8 times 4 is 32. We have now done the multiply stage. Now we're going to our next step, which is our subtract step. And I get 0. So now we've subtracted and we're going to our last step, which is bring down. Do we have a number to bring down? Yes, we do. So we bring down that 9, but we bring it way down. It's going to go in the ones place. He skips everything else. So we have now brought down and we start again with divide. We are going to divide the 9 by 4. So let's write that out. 4, 8, 12. Oh, I can't say 12. I only have 9. So how many 4s is that? 1, 2. That 2 goes up on top. And I have now divided again. I go to my next step, which is multiply. And I say 2 times 4 is 8. Hopefully you said. That's my multiply stage. And my next process would be to subtract. 9 minus 8 is 1. I have subtracted. Now I'm going to bring down. Any number here to bring down? No. So I am done. So I put remainder 1. To check it, you're going to write check take your quotient, multiply it by your number of groups. 4 times 2 ones is 8 ones. 4 times 8 tens is 32 tens. 4 times 8 hundreds is 4 hundreds. Plus 3 is 7 hundreds. Don't forget to add that remainder. Your answer is indeed the same. You're doing the same exact process. You just have one more step. All right, I'm going to clear my board. You need to get ready to write the next one down. You are going to write 853 divided by 6. Pause if you need to. All right, if you need your DMBS down the side, oh, I did that backwards. If you need your DMSB down the side, go ahead and write that down. All right, our biggest place value is our 8. So we start with divide, and we say 8 divided by 6. If you're counting by 6, you say 6, and realize there's only 1. I divided. Next step is multiply. You're probably ahead of me, and that's okay. 1 times 6 is 6. As I said, if you do this, just be very careful. Multiply, done. Next step, subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. Subtract, done. Next step is bring down. As I said, if you choose to bring down both of them or subtract them out, you need to be very careful because you're only dealing with the tens place next. So you're only dealing with tens. If there's a 3 here, he's just in the ones place. He doesn't count right now. Just the tens. Just the 25. All right. Bring down is done. We start again. I'll start with a new color. I now have 25 tens divided by 6. So we count by 6s again. 6, 12, 18, 24. Oh, just 24. How many was that? Well, hopefully you came up with 4. Because 4, oh, hold on. We did our division. 4 times 6 is 24. That's darn close to 25. 4 times 6 is 24. We multiplied. Next step, subtract. 1. Done. Last step, bring down. Do we have a number to bring down? Yes, we do. That would be a 3. Now my new number is 13. I'm slowly getting rid of my numbers, or getting rid of my digits, my discs. So I brought it down, and we start all over. Let's move on to 13 divided by 6. And if we count by 6s, we get 6, 12, 8. Oh, only 12. That's 2 6s. I divided. Now we multiply. 2 times 6 is, hopefully you said, 12. I multiplied. Last step, nope, next step, subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. I subtracted. Last step, bring down. Is there anything to bring down? No, so I am done with my remainder of 1. I take my check. Get yourself ready for your check. Take your quotient, which is your answer in division. multiply it by your number of groups, which is 6. Hopefully you're keeping up with me or moved ahead because I'm going really slow. And you say 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 4 tens is 24 tens, plus 1 is 25 tens. I used that guy. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Don't forget your remainder. They are indeed the same. All right, go ahead and get your paper from the sub and do your best.